Hello and welcome to Crochet. My name is Taylor and today I'm going to be doing a beginner tutorial on my favorite crochet stitch, the half double crochet. I am the biggest fan of a half double crochet because I find that it works up so quickly and it gives a little bit more structure than a double crochet, and it is just my favorite. So to do this, we're going to need some yarn. I'm going to be using this Bernat Maker yarn because it's really easy to see on camera so that you can get the best experience. I have a stitch marker, but if you don't have stitch markers, you can use literally anything. So this is a locking stitch marker. We're going to be using this so that you can see where the end of the row is, but you can use paper clips, safety pins, anything you find around your house that you can stick into a stitch. Ideally something that would close so it doesn't fall out, but you don't need to buy these right away. The only thing you need to purchase to start crochet is you're going to need a crochet hook, you're going to need some yarn, and you might need a tapestry needle if you don't already have some kind of needle that you can sew with. You can find anything in your house that you can use instead of one of these if you don't want to spend money, you don't know you're going to stick to the craft. But you will be needing something you can use as a stitch marker, and then of course a crochet hook. You can use any type of yarn, and I'm so sorry if you can hear my dog in the background. She is always snoring. But you can use any type of yarn as long as you're using the recommended hook size. So let's get started. The very first thing that you need to know how to do is a slip knot. This is the beginning of every single crochet project as long as you're not working in a circle. And what you're going to do for this is take the end of your yarn in your right hand and place it over your left index finger with the yarn end at the back. So we've got the working yarn on our palm side, and the working yarn is whatever is connected to your yarn. You're going to take that end of your yarn and you're going to cross it over the working yarn in front of your hand and tighten that up a little bit so that you have this little X shape here. And then you're going to take that working yarn that's connected and is now in your right hand, put it over your index finger, and then cross it again so that the end of your yarn ends up on the right side. I'm just going to do that again just for clarity. So we're going to take the end of our yarn, we are going to drape it over our index finger and cross it with the working yarn in the front, drape it over the index finger where your working yarn is in the back, drape it back over so that the end of your yarn is on the right hand side, and then you're going to see it's all crossed and everything there. Hold it, all of it in your left hand, because we're going to take this piece here at the back that's close to your knuckle, and we're going to pull it over the one that is currently at your fingernail base. So we're going to take it and we're going to go up, pull it off, and then you'll have a slip knot. So you've got that knot that can still be on your finger, and then you've got this little knot here. And the best thing about a slip knot is that you can tighten it and loosen it however much you need, which is perfect. And you're going to stick your hook into your slip knot and then just pull on either side, and then it will tighten it up. So from there, what we need to do is chain. So you're going to want to hold your hook in your right hand if you're right-handed, left hand if you're left-handed. I'm sorry to the lefties, but I've never been able to figure out how to left-hand crochet. I'm going to be holding the end of my yarn in between some fingers in my right hand where my hook is, just to keep it out of the way. And I want to hold on a little bit to the base of the knot so that it's a little bit easier to do the chains. In your left hand, you're going to have your yarn draped over one of your fingers so that you can get tension, because tension is very important in crochet to make sure that you have the right size stitches. You don't want one stitch to be loose, one stitch to be tight, or else your work's going to be very wonky. So with our yarn tensioned in one hand and our hook in the other, we can go and we can yarn over, which all you're going to do for this is you're going to grab onto the yarn, and then we're going to pull through the loop that is on your hook, and that is how you create a chain. So a chain stitch is going to look like this. You're going to have a V there, and that is what we're looking for. So what we're going to do is we are going to do 11 chains. So that's one. To do number two, we're just going to grab onto the yarn and pull through 2 chains, 3 chains, 4 chains, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And I said 11, so 11. The reason why we're doing 11 when I want 10 stitches to work is because you need to have a stitch that's going to give you a little bit of height to keep your work straight. If you don't add that extra stitch, you're going to have your stitches bending to compensate for not having that little bit of extra height. It's something that you'll understand more the more that you crochet, but adding those turning chains is really important. So now we can see here that we have 11 chains on our hook, and you don't count the loop that's on your hook at the moment. So that one doesn't count. And you can see each of the V's is a chain. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 there at the bottom. So I just want to show you the difference between a double crochet and a half double crochet, just so you can kind of understand what's going on. So for a double crochet, what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops on your hook, and then yarn over and pull through 2 more loops on your hook, and you get a double crochet stitch. A half double crochet, you're going to do the same thing, but you're going to pull through all 3 loops. So instead of doing a yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, we're going to yarn over, pull through every loop on the hook. So it's a half double crochet because it's like half of, weird lingo, but it's fine. So to do our half double crochet, we're going to be working into the second chain. So you don't count the loop on your hook, and then this first V is the first chain, so we're going to work into this one here. And like I said, the reason for that is to get that height so that your work stays straight. So to make a half double crochet, we are going to yarn over, insert our hook into that chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then grab onto the yarn and pull through all 3 loops on your hook. You can see all 3 loops are there, and then you're just going to continue that through every stitch across. So we'll do that again. We're going to yarn over. I feel like I should also explain what a yarn over means. So we're going to wrap your yarn around your hook like that. You can grab onto it. There's a lot of different ways that you can do this, but I just like to take my hook, kind of go under so that it's wrapped, and then insert it into that stitch. And then you can go and yarn over and pull this loop through your stitch till you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull that loop through all 3. And that's 2 stitches. So we're going to yarn over, so wrap your yarn around your hook, insert your hook into the 3rd chain, yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull that loop through all 3 of the stitches on your hook. And that's 3 half double crochets. And you can see here now that that little bit of extra space from that chain is helping this stitch, because if you didn't do that, this stitch would be like on an angle like this, and you don't want that because you want your work to be straight across. So we'll continue to do our half double crochets all the way to the end. So yarn over, insert your hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. Yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And you can see there, now we have 5. And we'll just continue with the last 5. So we'll do yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 3. Yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 stitches on your hook. So when you get to the end of your row, you're going to do your half double crochet into your final stitch to get your 10th stitch, pull up a loop, pull through all 3 loops on your hook. And then we're going to need to turn our work. So we're going to flip our work so that we're working in the other direction. And then we have to remember to always do our turning chain. So for this, it's going to be a chain 1, and that's going to give you the correct amount of height. And you can see all of the half double crochet stitches here, and it's important to note that the half double crochets and double crochets, all of them are going to have a V at the top. So you can see that row of V's there, and that is where you're going to insert your hook so that you make sure that you are doing it correctly. Oh, I lost my Honestly, even when you've been crocheting for a long time, you still have things like that happen where you lose your chain and then you end up messing up your work. So for a half double crochet, you're going to yarn over, and then we're going to stick our hook right into this little spot here, which is going to put both of those V's on top of our hook. So our hook is underneath both V's. And then we are going to yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 stitches on your hook, and then you have your first stitch. Now, if you are a super beginner and you want to make sure that your work is always even and you get straight edges, you can use that stitch marker, that little green guy from the beginning, and you can put it in the stitch, the very first stitch of your row right after you make it, so that when you work your way back, you know that that is your last stitch. The reason for this is that sometimes beginners can see the little chain 1 at the end and think that that is also a stitch and they need to work into that too, and that's when you get work that isn't straight on the sides. So we can continue to work all the way across, working our yarn into that V stitch, making sure that both loops of that V are on it, and pulling up a loop. Yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 3, and continue. And that is how you do a half double crochet. You're just yarning over, and instead of pulling through just 2 like you would with a double crochet, you're going to pull through all 3 stitches. Now there are 2 other things that I feel like you need to know with crochet, especially for beginners, because you might see the words increase and decrease in a pattern. So I want to go over those really quick as well. So for a half double crochet increase, what you're doing is putting 2 half double crochet stitches into the same loop. So let's say that this pattern said half double crochet 3 and then a half double crochet increase, or 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. All you're going to do is yarn over, go into that exact same spot as the last one, yarn over, pull up a loop, and then yarn over and pull through 3. And then you can see here that you have 1 stitch in that one, 1 stitch in that one, 1 stitch in that one, and then you can see that there's more than 1 stitch in that one. And that is an increase. You're just putting an extra stitch. So the other thing you might need to know is how to decrease. And you might see this as DEC, or you might see it as half double crochet 2 together. And this will be abbreviated as HDC2TOG. And I know that that sounds ridiculous, but once you see it once, you'll start to understand it. And for this, what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, insert your loop into the first stitch, and you're going to pull up a loop and have 3 stitches on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and insert your hook into that second stitch and pull up a loop. So you're going to have 5 stitches on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 5 stitches on your hook. This can get kind of difficult, so you might just pull through one at a time. So you can see here that we've worked through 7 stitches. So we've got 1, 2, 3, then we have 2 here, then we have 1 here, and then 1 here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And because we did an increase and then a decrease, we're still at the same number of stitches that we would be before. But that is a decrease. So you yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 3 loops on your hook, yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, 5 loops on your hook. You can see all 5 of them are there, and then you just grab your yarn and pull it through all 5. And if you need to do it like one at a time, it's okay. It's going to be fine. And that is how you do a decrease. But that is everything you need to know about the half double crochet stitch. It is so easy. It is so juicy to my brain. There is something about a half double crochet that just makes me feel like I'm in like a flow state. I don't know why, but I absolutely love it. It is my favorite stitch. But all you need to know is to yarn over, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3. And that's your half double crochet. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I'm new here, be nice. But if there's anything I can do to change these videos to make them better for you, let me know in the comments down below, and I hope you're having a wonderful day.